Thank you for attending the Week of Kindness. Coming up next is another powerful, impactful, amazing speaker. Get your notepad out, get your pen. Let's get ready and enjoy.
Oh my God, do I hear you, Juliette?
You hear me? I'm here. Hello.
I hear you.
I can't disappear. What can I say?
No, absolutely. I don't want you to disappear. I have to tell you, you know what? Ever since you moved to California and become this wonderful, gorgeous California girl, your smile is 10 times bigger than it used to be. You're obviously fulfilling yourself. And folks, Juliette is just an absolute marvel. And so I want to introduce her to you. And she's one of my new California girls. But we're going to be on the cruise together too. So we're going to have some fun. And Juliette, you're speaking about a whole new program that you've invented, having to do with cars, I hear.
Yes. I like cars. I like fast cars. So I found what it integrated and what I do. And I was so excited when this came to me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so great. So so I'm really excited to share about my cars.
All right. Well, I know you've got some slides. I know you're going to go. And you know what? Break a leg, Juliette.
Right,
Have fun.
let's drive there. You're gonna just be sick of all of my analogies with cars, but I don't care. I love it. So I'm so excited. I wanted to just thank Dr. Lisa and Tony for putting this together. It's a lot of work. This is my second time being on Week of Kindness, and it's an amazing offer. And so I'm just so honored to be here with you guys and to be able to share. So I am talking today about the roadmap to success. We all want success. We all want to get to our dreams, but there's some ways to get there that are more productive or less productive than others. So I'm really excited about helping you drive the right car to your dreams. So my intention today is to share with you 3 tools to help you achieve your dreams. And those are 3 universal principles, 3 out of the 10. And then I'm also going to share with you my CAR framework, which is the vehicle about CAR stands for connecting your actions to your results. And so we'll talk about that more. And then hopefully at the end of this, I am confident that you will be equally as confident in your ability to make decisions that drive you down the road closer to your success or the dreams that you desire. First, I want to set the framework and the container from which you can really focus is if you have a dream in mind, and we're always creating dreams or results or goals in 4 areas. One is in vocation. A lot of people try to think about this as what is my purpose? What am I here for? Or what is your business about? What do you do for people? How do you contribute to the world? Then there's time and money freedom. So the money that you have coming in is really there to serve you so that you can have time to do what it is, what you, with the time that you have for who you want and with whom you want to. And then there's health and well-being. How well do you feel? Are you vibrant and energetic? And then love and relationships. Now, one of the things with love and relationships is not just with others. It is also the relationship that you have with yourself. So as we move through this, it's a short period of time. So I'm going to give you everything that I have in this short period of time. And at the end, I'm so excited to give you the gift. I love giving gifts, but I'm going to keep it quiet till we get through this. But at the end, I will share my gift and for a way for you to get some more information and dig deeper. But for now, pick a dream or a goal or a desire that you have. And as I walk through this, make some notes. Now, I put together, there are phases for achieving our results. And these are 4 phases. And then the horizontal space, you'll see it's based on your destination, how clear you are about getting to your destination. And then the vertical axis is about the activity that you do, whether or not you're productive and it produces the results you want. And so in the bottom left quadrant is who I call the aimless wanderer. And I can appreciate that I have been in all four of these. So an aimless wanderer is someone who's not that clear about their dream or their goals or the results that they want to produce. And because they're not that clear, they're not often sure about the most productive activity or things that they can do to be more productive, to drive them. So they're kind of sitting on that roadmap, not really doing a whole lot, not expending a lot of energy. Now let's go in the quadrant above that in the upper left-hand corner. I call that person the busy being busy. And this is a person that you might be one of those. I was, and I can be at times, chasing shiny objects. I'm doing a lot of stuff. I am producing like nobody's business. However, I'm not that clear about what my destination is. So I'm spending a lot of energy doing a lot of things, but not necessarily moving in the direction of my ultimate dream or my ultimate goal or my ultimate result that I want to produce. Then if we go to the bottom right quadrant, we have what I call the unpredictable winner. This is a person that I got it. You see, their eyes are really big. I got the vision. I got the dream. And then they do some work, but it's not as productive as it could be because it's not necessarily geared toward achieving the results that they wanted to achieve. So they have some wins. And sometimes they're like, wow, this is a good one. I didn't know that was going to happen, but this is great, but maybe cannot repeat it or can't do that consistently. The fourth quadrant is the intentional achiever. And the intentional achiever has a clear vision, and the actions that they take are intentionally designed to move them down the road toward that vision based on the clarity. So how do you move from being an aimless wanderer to an intentional achiever? Well, you have to have the right vehicle to drive you in that direction. And that vehicle I call the CAR framework. And so let's look at the CAR framework. CAR stands for connect your action to your results. Because it's not just enough to have a roadmap. A roadmap is great. It tells you what your plan is, but it doesn't give you the information that you need to move down that. You need the car and you need the driver, who is you. So here is the C. The C stands for connect. So connect is having a clear vision. See, the clearer you are, the more powerful you can become in terms of getting to those results. You also want to be clear about what your current situation is, and then think about, well, here's my current situation. Here, I'm clear about where I want to go. What's the gap in between? What things do I have to focus on that I need to move towards? So what are my goals? And so as you're thinking about this, you have this piece of paper in front of you. You've got your dream of where you want to be. You know where you're at now. Maybe jot down one thing that you feel you as a goal that you need to do to get you closer to that destination. Now, the principle, the universal principle behind that is one we call design your dreams. And in designing your dreams, there are two things that actually, when they are in place and they're big enough for you and show up, they are a catalyst for you to creating new results or new dreams. I often have people that I work with say, I don't know what my dream is. I can't figure out what my vision is. I'm just not sure. Well, think about if you have a burning desire for something that's new, you have a longing for something. Something it's like, I wish I had that, or I wish life was this way for me, or I wish I had those results. That's an indication of something that is really a goal for you, something you should birth, something that is unique to you. The other side of the equation is the discontent. It is about being in a situation that you're not happy with. It causes you pain, or it could be a problem, obviously, that causes you pain. And so when your pain of a problem or your discontent is equally as large and uncomfortable for you as your longing for a change in the situation or to create something new, that is when you can create new results. So if there's something in your life right now that you're saying, this is a problem, and we tend to think about that very easily. You know what? This is not the way that I want things to be. I wish I had more money. I wish I had more time. I wish I didn't have to work long hours. You flip that around, that tells you what your goals might be, what your dreams might be. All right. Next, the A is action. So action is about the activities that you do produce stronger results when they are aligned with the goals. Also, you want to think about your ability to complete that action. You may want to be the best dancer in the world, but if you've never stepped foot on a dance floor, never taken any dance classes, you may not have the ability to be the best dancer in the world without doing something. So you need to think about that and how big that is. And that's just an indication, okay, maybe the first step I need to take is maybe I need to get some resources to help me, like take a class or whatever it is. The third thing is an action team. If you have people that work for you, maybe you're an entrepreneur and you have a team of people that work for you, you might then say, okay, I know that we're going to take this action, and this particular employee and that particular employee will form a team that are responsible for making that happen because they have the expertise in it. If you're an individual or a solopreneur, you may want to have a partnership with someone that can help you with that. As an example, movie stars often say, you know what? I was getting ready to walk the red carpet to promote this movie. That is my goal, is to get more people to see the movie. But one of the actions that I need to take is I need to walk down this red carpet looking my best. So since I'm not that great at hair and makeup, I'm going to put together a glam team. So that's the action team that they would put in place to help them with their hair and makeup and possibly their clothing that they're going to wear. So think about all of those things come into consideration, and it helps really keep you from being frustrated because you're selecting an action that you may not be able to complete or accomplish to help you. So it can break that down for you. So now let's talk about the universal principle of success that's behind that, and that is deciding for your dream. You see, there's a results formula, and whatever results you're seeing in your life are a direct representation of the thoughts that you had about that. So there's a saying that goes, what you think about, you bring about. Very, very true. And there's those pieces in the middle, which is whatever you think about. If you think about it enough, it's going to elicit a particular feeling or an emotion. And that feeling or that emotion is going to drive you to take a particular action, which is going to cause a result. So if you want a result for who you want to be or what you want to show up in your life in the future, you need to think about as if you were already there in that state. And then in doing so, you want to have that same emotion and that feeling that's going to support you in taking that action. And so that is the principle number 2, decide for your dream. So decide as if it has already happened. That leads us to the final letter in our CAR, which is R, which is the results. So the results are in. But now you want to make sure that the results that you have and this action that you took actually resolves a problem. It's great to have results, it's fine, but you don't want to be the unintentional winner that just has these results for the sake of having results. You want to be very intentional and focused. And so if there was in that gap a problem or a barrier that you needed to overcome to get to your destination, that's what the results you want to see. Does this move me closer to my destination? And then as you are progressing down the road, you want to make sure that you track that progress. You don't want to wait till the end. Sometimes you can see things coming and saying, okay, I'm on the road. I'm doing this action. Ooh, there's this little barrier or this hiccup here. I need to kind of shift a little bit to go around it or over it or under it, whatever that may be for you. And then result analysis. So after the results come in from your activity, you want to take a look at it. And you want to learn from the information that you get. So if you have results that come in, they'll tell you this activity that you did, it was great. It did move you forward to your destination. But you can also have results that come in that say, you know, it was okay. It moved me down, but I'll pause that for now. You can also have results that don't serve you well at all. You're like, there's no way I'm doing that again. I learned from it, but it was a failure. So, speaking of failures, that moves us to the third and final universal principle that I'm going to share with you today, called befriend your fear. You see, failure and fear, those are prerequisites to getting great accomplishments. You see the logo there for Starbucks. We all probably had something from there today. But did you realize that Howard Schultz actually failed? He failed because one of the activities that he did, expecting the result of having a loan approved for him, he applied 242 times and he was rejected. So on the 243rd time, he was successful in it because he knew that was an activity that he needed to do to get to his goal or his dream of opening up this universal, if you will, chain of coffee shops. So we need to really remember that for us, is that fear and failure are what we need to go through because they're going to happen. It's a guarantee. But learning from that and coming out stronger and continuing to do that, knowing that you are more than likely on the precipice of something great in your life. So befriending the fear, don't be scared of it. So let's just recap here really quickly what I went through, and then we'll have some time just maybe chat. If you have any questions, you could put them in the chat or in the comment section. And then, don't let me forget, I got a gift for you. So we talked about the CAR framework. What is driving you to your destination on your roadmap to success? So it's the connection, the clarity of your vision, and understanding where you're going, what the gap is. We talked about the actions that you're taking, being very intentional about those actions and making sure they are aligned with the goals that you identified to move you forward. And finally, we talked about the results, analyzing that and making sure that your results are going to serve you. And if your results failed, it's okay. Then we talked about 3 of the 10 universal keys to mastering success. The first one is designing your dream. The second one is deciding for your dream. So you make decisions as if you were already there. Befriending your fear is the third one that we talked about. So as we talk about those 2 things, I hope that you found value in what I shared with you. And even if you took the dream that you had and you moved through those pieces, you should have a little bit more clarity as to how you can move forward on your roadmap to success. So my gift to you is an invitation, and I love giving gifts, Tony. It just so excites me. And so I'm just really thrilled to be a part of this because I get to give gifts. And here is my gift to you that I was supposed to share. But there is a dreamscape experience that I am having on February 15th, and it is virtual. And my gift to you, because it's a $300 value, but my gift to you is I'm giving this to you complimentary and inviting you to join me. We're going to do a deeper dive into, it's called a dreamscape experience because it is about landscaping a life that you dream about. And so we're going to do a little bit more deeper dive into the universal principles. And then we're also going to talk a little bit more about the CAR framework and get you so that you understand what your purpose is, what your vision is. We can talk about some activities that you can do. You can actually apply what you've learned during that workshop. It's interactive. And then you come out of there with a little more clarity. So with that, thank you so much for having me. And again, the link to register for the workshop is below me. And please make sure that you register and again, take advantage of this invitation because I want to make sure that I have enough space for everybody and I am capping it off so that I can serve everyone.
I love it. Good job. Good
You
job.
like my car?
I do. I like your car.
I'm going to go paint it tonight. So pinstripes and everything.
So I'm gonna be devil's advocate here. So we do a lot of joint venture and affiliates and things like that. Where what that means, guys, if you're not in the industry, it means that other people want to sell your stuff because
Mhm.
we don't compete. I don't do what you do. You don't do what I do. So it's a good marriage, I think, for us to do that. So for other people who are out there, I mean, David Ricklin watches the show and all that, so he's got a big community. So, and Eric, of course, has a big community as well. So,
Yeah.
what we want to do is normally when we talk to people like Juliette, we want to know, okay, who is it that you feel like you serve? Who is your program for? And number two is how, what can we do to help you get more referrals, more sales, or put you on stages
Mhm.
where this is the perfect audience for you.
Well, that's like an angel advocate, not a devil's advocate. That's sweet. Yeah. Thank you so much for that. So, the people that I serve actually two communities. One are individuals and
Yeah.
entrepreneurs who are saying, you know what, I have a business or I'm not quite sure what my dream is, and I
Mhm.
want clarity around what that is. And then I'm a fusion between personal development and strategy and putting the two together. And so when we figure out what your dream is and get clarity on where you want to go in your business or in your personal life in those areas, then we can create a plan and we put your car on that road and get you toward that. I also work with businesses too, and that's a whole nother animal. But for this audience, it's really if you're unclear about where you want to go, and you really need to, there's a lot of visioning shop workshops out there. There really is. And that only takes you so far. And so that's why I was so excited about the connecting actions to results, because you need to drive the car. And in
Right.
order to drive the car, you have to be a competent driver. So that's where the personal development comes in. So that's exciting. And so it would serve me if you know of people that are in that spot, you get them to me, get them to the workshop, invite them to the workshop, but make sure they don't wait. And then the other thing is, if you know of anybody who would love to hear this presentation and
Right.
put me on the stage, I'm happy to do that. I just love this because I'm hoping that just a little smidgen of time we spend together, you've grown and you've learned from this.
That's exactly right. Great answer. So, folks, now you see what I mean when we're talking about, speakers who are ready to speak. Juliette's invested, what, 3, 4 years into doing this program to get the clarity, to get the right lingo, to get the right offer, to make sure it fits in. So, the only reason I'm bringing this up is because the number one thing that I get from people when they find out what I do, it's like, I've been speaking all my life. Just put me on a stage. And I'm like, no,
Yes.
not quite there.
Right.
Yeah. And they're
And to
usually
your
professionals that tell me that, right?
Yeah, and to your credit, Tony, it's like I've known a lot of people, I'm in California, grew up in California here, being near Hollywood and everybody, and your background and your history, you've come to hone your craft so that you can actually support people to take them to another level. So that's why you'll see people that believe they know it. Like I said, there's a lot of people that do strategy, there's a lot of people that do visioning.
Right.
And so with my years of experience in doing it, and then even my interaction with you, getting to know you and other people in this industry, has been able to help me tweak
That's
till
true.
we get to this point. And we're always growing. You'll see us next year. Well, we'll get together on a marketers cruise and we'll get some stuff. But you'll see us next year, and man, we're going to grow. And that's the whole intent. You want to be growing all the time, and you're going to be changing. You're
Yeah.
going to be a different person tomorrow than you are today. And
Yeah.
so our hope, and you have such a big heart, and I really admire you for that, is
Thank
that
you.
hosting this and being consistent in doing this creates such a platform for people at whatever level they're at.
And that's exactly, we're on the same page there because and Lisa and I were talking about that the other night is I really love, it, the real speakers bureaus that are out there. They're kind of like talent agents.
Yeah,
You have to have something in the can. You've got to have something, in your hat. You've got to have a resume. You've got to have an acting resume or a producing resume or a directing resume. So you've got to already have. It's like the old adage of, okay, well, I graduated college, but they won't hire me because I have no experience. And it's like, well,
exactly.
I've been in college.
Exactly. Or the whole being in a union, right?
Oh, yeah,
Being
yeah, exactly.
Screen Actors Guild. I was
Oh
talking to
yeah.
someone earlier about that. It's a catch-22, right?
It is until you finally get there, you know.
Once you get there,
So,
yes.
by the way, Juliette, now that you're in California, because we're associated and affiliated, and this show is on the Easy Way Networks, the TV, you get an IMDb credit for being on this show. So, for all of our speakers who are out there, we're building up our IMDb.
Well, I've got to get another car now.
Convertible Mercedes, please.
I had that. I love
You
it.
guys, we can dream it when we do it's big, I promise.
We do. And when we dream it, we build our car and we make sure that our car is tweaked. I'm loving my new framework. This is
I
great.
I do
It
like
really
it. I do
flows
like
really well. And I hope it lands with people. I really do. So, I mean, we're tongue in cheek, but I really love the way this feels. And I love the people that have moved through this framework. I've seen some incredible results. And I also want to give credit to the universal principles I referred to during the presentation. Mary Morrissey, for those that don't know, is an awesome leader in transformational development. And she studied people for 40 years in these principles. So I've taken and actually certified in her Dream Builders process, as well as other processes,
Right.
but infused some of that. So that's why I'm saying I'm a little fusion, I'm a hybrid, I'm a little fusion baby. Right, of all of
And
these
that's
things.
exactly how it works, though, because you do. I mean, that's basically what we've done over the last 5 years. Is we've taken the best of our mentors
Mhm.
and put it all together, and then saw what we did wrong and how much we spent that we didn't have to, but it's okay. It's part of the lessons.
Exactly.
But at the
Well,
same time, then you put it all together, and before you know it, you've figured it out. And
you
that's how I
already
feel about your car. You figured it
thank
out,
you. Well,
Juliette.
in my whole thing, and you've known me, and since you've known me, I've always said everyone is a gem, which stands for
I remember
greatness
that.
just expresses as me, because there's so many things that everyone does. Everyone can dance. They just dance differently. Everyone can write, everyone can present. But what you do is you say, look, this is the way that I do it. And because it comes through me, or I express it this way, that is what makes me a precious gem, because I'm unique and we all can shine. So our service is to support people, at least that's my dream, is to leave you shining brighter than when you met me.
Love it.
And
Love
so
it. Love
that's what we want, is we want a whole world full of gems.
I'm laughing because back when I had my computer company, my partner was a wonderful lady from Brownsville, Texas, named Minnie Cisneros,
Mm.
and her and I had created a gem community, but
Ah,
GEM stood for Green Eyed Mexicans.
I love it. I love it.
So I'm a gem too.
Well, let me see. I have a this is a little green little gem. I'll bring it with me when I see
I
you.
remember your pens.
But
You
that,
better take one on the cruise.
yeah, and I had to grow into it. And sometimes we have dreams. There's that longing and that discontent.
Yeah.
And you have dreams. And I had the whole acronym for GEM years ago. I was very selfish. I spelt it JEM because it was like Juliette's. And at that point, I needed to make the acronym work. It was Juliette's Entertainment Management. I had no entertainment. I just wanted the JEM logo with
You're
the
in
gem.
California. You have to have entertainment.
I had to have this. And people were like, are you, and it wasn't entertainment. I was like, are you in entertainment management? No, but I'll get there. And fast forward about 15, 20 years later, I grew into that dream of what I wanted to create that wasn't there. That was my longing, right?
Love it.
And building on it. And all my experiences brought me to this point. And so I'm excited to see what my next version is. I'm even more excited to see the people that I'm working with and that I will work with, what their next version will be. So, and Tony,
Love
I'm
it.
always excited about your new version because you just blossom. You
Oh,
look
we've got
better
some
every
cool
single
stuff
time I
coming
see you.
up. We've got magazines coming up. We've
See,
got TV shows coming up. We've
see,
got new podcasts
wait,
and
Jim,
I was
wait,
just
I'm
as
running out of gems.
we are having fun. I tell you,
We
and may
are.
we never grow up, Juliette. I'm
That's
just,
right.
oh, there comes my other partner in crime.
She's saying, stop having so much fun. We got a dream off site because we got another person coming up. And I want you guys to stay for that one because I'm excited to stay and listen to the next one. So big hugs to everybody.
Hi, baby. See you soon.
Thank
I'll
you
be ordering
so
over a
much.
glass of
Getting in my
wine
car. I'm
on
driving.
the Carnival Spirit.
Wow. I hope you enjoyed that just as much as I did. Thank you so much for all of that great information. Hey, we're not done yet, so just relax. We're going to continue on with our next speaker in just a few moments.